more time for Darmondo, everybody. He's not black. He's Mexican. I'm not black either, I'm Jewish, yeah. I've been Jewish for 25 years now, yeah. And you know, a lot of people meet me and they say, it's funny, you don't look Jewish. And I always say, it's funny, you don't look anti-Semitic. Yeah, no, but I'm actually half Scottish, half Jewish. I was born and raised in New York. My mom is Jewish, my dad is Scottish, which means that I love to drink whiskey, but only when someone else is buying it. I feel like I'm moving back to New York soon, so I feel like a gentrifier in Berlin. It's kind of why I want to move back. I feel like a gentrifier. So trying to get along with the old German guys who live in my neighborhood. They always like hang out outside and play cards and wait to die or whatever. I don't know. Now I'm trying to get along with them, so we chat sometimes. And we were making small talk the other day. The German guy asked me, "What's the first words that you learned in German?" And I said it was Frühstück, breakfast. I said, "What's the first word that you learned in English?" He said it was I surrender. Yikes, what was the second word? He said it was Argentina. I said, okay, what was the third word? He said the third word was 3 words. I said, what were they? He said, just following orders. I said, Auf Wiedersehen. My whole entire life I wondered, like, what do I do? What would I do when I finally encounter the people who may have been responsible for killing my ancestors? Like, what would I do? And it turns out it's nothing. Yeah, I say hi to them outside, I invite them in for coffee, have some anal sex. Yeah, just kidding. We didn't have coffee. Let's get that German man pussy. Cultures are weird. The weirdest thing happened to me. I was in Los Angeles visiting my sister. I was really drunk one night. I was on Sunset Boulevard. I go out. There's all cars, not much street. I try to order an Uber. Phone's dead. Can't do it. I hail a taxi cab. A cab stops. And I should have known this was a red flag because the cab driver looked at me and he said, "Why don't you sit in the front seat?" I said, okay. So I get in the front seat. We start driving. Second red flag. The first thing he says is he looks at me and goes, "These fucking Mexicans are stealing our jobs." I said, "Yeah, sure, get me home." Keep going, this racism keeps going. We pass a Greek neighborhood. He's like, "I can't stand these Greek people." I'm like, "You're right, the Greeks are the worst, get me home." Keep going, we pass an Asian neighborhood. He's like, "I can't stand these Chinese people." I'm like, "They're Korean, get me home." Pass an Armenian neighborhood. He's like, "You know what, the Armenians," and I'm like, "Yeah, you're right, the Armenians, they suck, crawling with them, get me home." He goes, "I'm Armenian." Oh, yikes. He said, "You're very insensitive." He said, "The Armenian people have been through a lot. Did you know that the Armenian people went through a genocide that's not even recognized by the United Nations?" I said, "Yeah, I read about it on the internet." "Where did you read about it on the internet?" BuzzFeed." He said, "You're very insensitive." "And tell me, what was this article called on BuzzFeed?" I said, "Top 10 genocides." Not yet recognized by the UN. "You guys are number 3 though, hey!" Counts for something. So it's really awkward in the car now, it's really bad. So I try to crawl myself out of this awkward situation. I did what any of you would have done. I looked at him and I said, "You know, I'm Jewish. So I know what it's like. I get it." And normally this would work because the historically oppressed, we always look after each other. We have each other's backs. We're cool. So he looked at me and he said, "Get the fuck out of my car, you Jew." We don't have time to unpack all of that. But I did. I got out of his car like a Jew. It's like, free ride. It's summertime, I've been getting into shape. I used to be kind of fat. Not a lot of people know that. I used to be fat, but I'm skinnier now. It feels good. When you're fat, it's a lot like being Catholic, because you indulge a lot, then you always feel guilty, but you just can't stop. But when you're fat and then you become skinny, it's just like being baptized. Because all of a sudden, all these priests want to have sex with you. I'm just kidding, priests don't discriminate. Priests are like a young college kid. They'll fuck anything that moves, except a young college kid. He'd be too old. I don't like to joke about Catholics. I don't like to joke. A lot of my best friends are Italian. And I don't like to joke about priests. A lot of my good friends are pedophiles. All in all, it's a touchy subject. I'm gonna get controversial though. You know, I'm Jewish. I talk a lot about religion. I'm not even like religious Jewish. I'm just culturally Jewish. And by culturally Jewish, I mean that I'm really anxious and I love my mom. I really love my mom, like romantically. That's what I mean by culturally Jewish. And I don't know, I just feel like Catholicism is kind of lame. It's kind of lame, but like, this is the claim I'm going to make. If you're Catholic, just maybe think about converting to Judaism. Just maybe think about, like, just look at the stereotypes of both religions, right? Like, I'd way rather be known as someone who's like good at making money and like has a big nose than someone who touches little kids. You know what I mean? Like Catholicism to Judaism, do well on tests, don't molest. Control the media, not pedophilia. They have exorcists, we have therapists. I'm gonna leave you there actually. Thank you very much guys, have a good night.